Hello, good evening, and welcome to a special night celebrating success, sponsored by Edinburgh and the Lothians Health Foundation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome McCallum School of Music with a very special performance.
You can walk my path, you can wear my shoes, learn to talk like me, and be an angel too.
But maybe you ain't never gonna feel this way. You ain't never gonna know me, yeah. But I know you. I'm singing and I things can only get better. They can only get better if we see it through. That is me and I mean you too. So teach me now the things can only get better. They can only get. Take it all from you, you know. I know that things can only get better. I sometimes lose myself in me. I lose track of time, and I can't see the roots for the trees. You set them alive, but they're bridges as you go. I'm too weak to fight you. I got my personal hell to deal with. Then you say, walk my path, wear my shoes, talk like that, I'll be an angel. And things can only get better, can only get better. Now I found you. Things can only get better, can only get better. Now I found you. You show me prejudice and greed. You show me how I must learn to deal with this disease. I look at things now in a different light than I did before, and I found because, and I think that you can be my cure. So teach me to walk your path, wear your shoes, talk like that, I'll be an angel. And things can only get better, can only get better. Now I found you. Things can only get better, can only get better. Now I found you. Can only get things, can only get, can only get things, can only get things, can only get things, can only get things, can only get better, can only get better. Now I found you. Things can only get better, can only get better. Now I found you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Celebrating Success Awards. I'm Callum Campbell, Chief Executive of NHS Lothian, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Chairman, Professor John Connican, and the rest of the NHS Lothian Board. Firstly, thank you very much to the McCallum School of Music for opening the show with that great performance. This is a very special occasion and I'm proud to be here. It's never been more important to take time to recognise the incredible work carried out by all our staff, and we'll be joined later by the experienced broadcaster and co-host of Fourth One Breakfast Show, Arlene Stewart, to present the Celebrating Success 2020 Awards. The ceremony may be virtual, but the hard work, professionalism and care these awards recognise is very real. The staff have always been the real strength of NHS Lothian and our health and social care partnerships. Your response to the pandemic has been exceptional, even by your own very high standards. I hope you are proud of what you do and how you do it. You should be. Our expert teams were the first to receive and care for a COVID-positive patient in Scotland, and I'm here at the Western General Hospital where it all started. We went on to innovate by setting up one of the first drive-through testing facilities, which became a model for other vaccination and testing centres. NHS Lothian has played a significant role in groundbreaking research to understand more about this virus and to develop treatments and, of course, to help with the development of vaccines. On the front line, our teams have cared for thousands of seriously and critically ill patients, whilst continuing to deliver essential health and social care for others. And we have taken part in the largest vaccination programme anyone has ever seen. None of this would have been possible without the effort of everyone. I am not going to even attempt to single out specific teams because this has been a true system-wide effort. Frontline and backroom, clinical and non-clinical, seen and unseen. Right across the piece in acute, community and primary care, everyone has pulled together. Since the pandemic, everyone's working life has changed, and it has impacted many of you personally, emotionally, physically and mentally. Many of you have made great personal sacrifices, experienced heartbreak, and I know even loss. And while there are more challenges ahead, we have hope for the future and an eventual return to a more normal life. I know you're tired. I know the day can't come soon enough, but I hope you're as proud of yourselves as the public are, and I hope you're inspired by some of the stories you'll hear tonight. Teamwork, quality, commitment, and striving to be the very best we can be, even and especially when the going is tough. That's NHS Lothian. Thank you, all of you, for your exceptional service to the people of Lothian and beyond. We are working in plans to commemorate the experience that we've all lived through, and we will reflect on that at the end of this year. In the meantime, we want to show you a short film that captures just some of those reflections.
Hands of a healer, face of a feeler, help me when I could not help myself. Words of a poet, but I doubt you know it. What a gift to this world you are. And if I could hold you, I'd never stop, and the thank yous would pour out.
leading up to it when it was all kicking off, you know, in other countries, in Italy and Spain. So that was quite nerve-wracking.
There was a strange, the excitement isn't quite the right word, but worry wasn't quite the right words. Kind of, we knew it was coming, we knew it was going to get bad. We didn't know how bad, we didn't fully understand the disease we were treating.
And you'd see all this footage from their intensive cares and you thought, oh, that's me.
I think it has been really challenging to overcome it. I work with very young babies, and I was really concerned last March when I had a new baby on the ward, and he's been on the ward for a long time, and he had never seen anybody smile. Even his mum and dad, when they come in, were wearing masks, and that really got to me.
One of my patients started crying a few weeks ago as I was taking their bloods. They had not been touched by another human in weeks. Nursing is so hard sometimes. You have to love it.
Legs of an army, but you would never harm me. There's not a rank high enough for you. In the strength of a boulder, the softness of a shoulder. At 2 a.m. when I need one to lean on. And if I could hold you, I'd never stop. And the thank yous would pour out. The thank yous would pour out.
It just felt surreal. Everything felt really surreal. You know, there was no traffic on the roads, but just then when in work you were working, it was your normal work, but when you left the hospital, you know, there were no buses, there was no one out and about.
The first time that I went into the intensive care environment, going through the kind of airlocked polythene doors to get through, I found that quite overwhelming. You're in all this PPE and then you're going through this area and you're not really sure what you're stepping into.
I quite liked the whole clapping, I thought it was really nice.
It felt like they were cheering me on. It made me smile. I felt honoured and proud.
We very quickly devised a community testing team where we took ourselves and we were given a car and a driver out into the community to find the potential cases and test them there, so avoiding them.
This is the first community testing team in Scotland.
Yeah, and then from that we led to setting up the drive-through, which is still in operation on the western side.
I passed it.
Did you? Yeah. So yeah, we set that up and we staffed it just with in-house staffing and 7 days a week, and we tested in that about 4 or 5 weeks about 580 people.
Out of the worst of times, sometimes you can see the best of times, and that is both in the things that can be developed and improved, but also in seeing how your team, who you knew in critical care were good, are actually really an elite team.
Obviously it'll be something I'll never forget through my whole nursing career. But yeah, like I'm proud to be a nurse and I love what I do.
There's not enough words that I could say to you. There's not enough cards that I could write to you. There's not enough flowers I could give to you. But the thank yous would pour out. 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 Hands of a healer, face of a feeler. What a gift to this world you are.
Thank you very much, Callum. Good evening, everyone. I'm sure you'll agree that was a very fitting tribute to commemorate the hard work, dedication and incredible commitment of all staff during the pandemic. And also thank you to the talented Marina Rolink, who wrote and performed that beautiful song, specially commissioned for NHS Lothian. I'm here tonight to introduce the Celebrating Success Awards for 2020, which of course had to be postponed last year during the pandemic. I've been presenting these awards for many years, probably far too many to remember, but I am so delighted to finally be back. This is a fantastic opportunity for everyone to see firsthand the amazing, inspirational work that you do day in and day out. And I'm always extremely impressed with just how much staff put their heart and soul into caring for patients and supporting others. I would like to say a huge congratulations to everyone shortlisted tonight. Every year, hundreds of nominations are received for Celebrating Success, and 2020 was no different. The judges tell me that the competition, as ever, was incredibly tough. So please don't be disheartened if you're not the outright winner in your category tonight. Just to get to this stage really is a tremendous achievement, and you are all already winners. While we are not able to be hosting the awards in our usual style tonight, I do hope you've got a glass of something lovely to celebrate in your own way. So, without further ado, let's get on with the show. Firstly, I would like to thank NHS Lothian's official charity partner, the Edinburgh and Lothians Health Foundation, for making all of this possible. It is thanks to their sponsorship that we've been able to host this special commemorative ceremony and to celebrate the award nominations that are about to follow. The Foundation provides funding and support for a wide range of projects across NHS Lothian, which are not normally funded by the Health Service, enhancing environments and enriching experiences for both patients and staff. This plays an important role in helping to improve the physical and mental health and well-being of people living in the Lothians and beyond. So now, let's move on to present our first award tonight, Young Achiever. This award recognises an individual member of staff aged between 16 and 30 years old, working anywhere across NHS Lothian, who demonstrates the organisation's values and shows outstanding dedication and commitment. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Young Achiever. Danny DiBiase, Recreation Assistant, Balcarres Ward, Royal Edinburgh Hospital. Nicole Clark, Clinical Support Worker, Ward 23, Western General Hospital. Shannon Logan, Modern Day Apprentice, Craig Lee Ward, Royal Edinburgh Hospital. Young Achiever.
And so, the winner is Nicole Clark. Congratulations, Nicole. Nicole is credited for her hard work, dedication and ambition. She has impressed colleagues with her positive attitude and determination and passion to further her learning. Her patients also praised her for her kind and caring nature. Well done, fantastic work, Nicole. Moving on to our next category, which is new to Celebrating Success, the Global Citizenship Award, introduced to recognise an outstanding, committed, globally minded individual or team who improves the health and well-being of people living in countries or areas with high levels of poverty and inequality. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Global Citizenship. Dawn Essery, Staff Nurse, Royal Infirmary of Edinburgh. Ewan Brown, Consultant, Edinburgh Cancer Centre, Western General Hospital. Barry Colley, Consultant Colorectal Surgeon, Western General Hospital. Global Citizenship.
Incredible work there, and well done to all of the nominees, but the winner is Barry Colley. Now, Barry helped set up the Uganda Childbirth Injury Charity and has spent 15 years using her own annual leave, travelling to Uganda 2 to 3 times a year to help treat women who have sustained dreadful injuries during childbirth. She's worked tirelessly to raise funds for the charity and has been inspirational in every aspect of the work she does for them. Incredible work, very inspiring. Well done, Mary. Moving on to our next award tonight, Respect for Others, which is for a staff member or team who actively tries to identify with a group of patients or staff who are perhaps hard to reach or difficult to identify, and who strive to work with these groups to encourage inclusion and equality. The finalists are
Respect for Others Award. Addiction and Mental Health Team, HMP Addywell. Sam Sterling and the Physiotherapy Department, Medicine of the Elderly, Western General Hospital. Sandra Fraser, Nurse, Staff Bank. Respect for Others Award.
And the winner is Sam Sterling and the Physiotherapy Department, Medicine of the Elderly. Well done. Congratulations to Sam and her team, who successfully established a clothes bank at the Western General Hospital to help patients who were unable to have their own clothes brought in due to a lack of family or local community links. They've managed the bank through appealing for donations from patients, relatives and staff, bringing dignity to those patients it has helped. An amazing initiative. Well done to Sam and her team. Now, next up, we have the award for Staff Member of the Year. This award is for staff who go above and beyond. The individual should be committed to providing person-centred care, have a positive influence on colleagues, patients and individuals, and be a constant and effective contributor to their team. This is one of the few select categories which feature our finalists and their nominees on film. So, let's go ahead and meet them all.
Staff Member of the Year. Dr. Alan Sims, Consultant Radiologist, Western General Hospital.
Alan's the sort of doctor that you'd want looking after your own family. So he's kind, he's caring, he's knowledgeable, he's supportive to staff and patients. He's got just a good, gentle way about people. He's good at communicating and listening back as well.
I think my favourite thing is working in a team. I think radiology is definitely a team. We have the admin staff, the nursing staff. We work very closely with the radiographers, sonographers, the porters, and it's just really good to work with them day in, day out. It's good fun, and I really enjoy that teamwork.
Alan and I work together doing ultrasound lists, and these can be quite busy and they can be quite stressful, and we always get through the work, and he always has a smile for every patient, and no matter how many extras come in through the door, he just says, yes, let's do it, and just gets on and gets the work done.
I know it's from the trial team that I work very closely with for patients that are on an oncology trial. They're trying go that extra mile and trying to help them and working together as a team, and I think they appreciate that, so I would suspect that's why they nominated me.
Alan's work ethic is a reflection of everybody in the department and a reflection of how well the team works together. So I think it would reflect really well the support we all give each other and how well we work as a team. And it is hard to single someone out, but if I did, then Alan's a good one to single someone out.
You know, it is nice to be recognised for the work that you do, and it does, you know, make you feel happy and it makes you feel good. And I think the main thing is it's made me realise that actually we should be celebrating success more.
Frances Scott, Assistant Theatre Practitioner, Day Surgery Unit, Royal Infirmary of Edinburgh.
I nominated Fran. Fran is, I always call her a little pit bull. What you see is what you get. She's a small person with a big heart. I just wanted to nominate her for what she does for everyone and also what she does for her patients. She's done an awful lot to better herself and the department.
I don't have qualifications school-wise, like O grades or anything. No, I did have. I left school with nothing, and now I'm a band 4. I've been to the college and done all that. And because I was dyslexic, they swithered whether I'd be able to do it, but I've done it. Helped for good friends and stuff like that, so I'm chuffed that I've done it.
Fran's already told you, Fran has suffered with dyslexia. Also 3 years ago, she was very poorly. She was admitted to hospital where we were all a wee bit worried that it was a bit touch and go. First of all, with the dyslexia, she rose above all her problems and she completed her band 4, which is an assistant theatre practitioner. So she's just one band below me, so she can scrub. She still has a wee ups and downs, which is a result of her illness from 3 years ago. But she just takes time out to readjust, and she just bounces back all the time.
It's all I've ever wanted to be. I've never wanted to be anywhere else. As a cleaner, I loved my job as a cleaner, and then obviously you want to go a wee bit further to see, oh, I like that, fancy that, and then, oh, I fancy doing that, and just gradually. So it's just my life now. It's always been. I'm not going to change now.
Laura Cleland, Clinical Support Worker, East Lothian Community Hospital.
It was something that Laura came to me about. We just moved in from Old Herman Flat Hospital to this new build, and we didn't really, even though it was larger and we had single rooms, we didn't have a lot of space for other things and to make the things more homely and nice. Laura had done a Tough Mudder and had raised £900, and it was her idea.
The project, when we first moved to the new hospital, we had spare rooms, so my thinking was if there was somewhere nice for them to go, get their hair done, have a one-to-one time, men could have a shave, just spend some quality time, calming them down so you don't need medication. There's no intervention with medication if a patient is a bit stressed. It's just a nice place for them to sit and relax.
But just the way she's very friendly and an open personality that can engage with anybody, really, and she gets the best out of the patients, and she will go that wee bit further. She's always coming in her days off for special occasions and stuff, and bringing stuff in for patients, and they all love her. So yeah, she's the vital part of the team.
My favourite thing about being a clinical support worker is you get to be involved in the patient's day-to-day well-being, making sure you're there when they're happy, have happy moments, listening to music, dancing to music, doing their hair, having a nice day.
Staff Member of the Year.
And the winner of this category is Laura Cleland. Well done, Laura. Laura won this award for her hard work and dedication to improving the patient experience. It's clear to see what a difference her fundraising efforts have made, which are hugely appreciated by patients, relatives and staff. They are all truly grateful to have Laura as a member of their team. Now let's move on to the best example of quality, innovation and productivity. This award recognises staff or teams who have taken steps to improve working practices and service within their department to benefit fellow staff or patients through the implementation of a new system or programme. The finalists in this category are
Best example of quality, innovation and productivity. Co-located senior nurses, Royal Edinburgh Hospital. Lothian Birth Centre midwives, Royal Infirmary of Edinburgh. The Fractured Neck of Femur team, Royal Infirmary of Edinburgh. Best example of quality, innovation and productivity.
And the winner is the Fractured Neck of Femur team. Now this team included a wide range of colleagues across the organisation and the 4 health and social care partnerships in working to significantly improve the quality of the service. There were vast measurable results for both patients and staff, and it is a great example of quality improvement. So congratulations to them. We move on to our next award, the Voluntary Service Award, which recognises the outstanding individuals and teams who give up their time to help improve the health and well-being of patients, service users and their families and carers in Lothian. There was one standout winner for this category, so let's go ahead and find out a little bit more about them.
Voluntary Service Award. Youth Volunteer Ambassadors.
I started as a volunteer, just volunteering at the hospitals, and it was just a day the volunteer manager asking me whether I would like to join to become a youth volunteer ambassador. And I just saw it as a great opportunity for me to learn something new, to meet new people, and also sharing my past volunteering experience. So that's why I decided to join.
I think honestly, just talking to people daily, it's a nice way to kind of get them away from their situation, because at Astley Ainsley it's long term, so they're there for weeks and months, and it's kind of like a good distraction for them, I think, to just talk about something else.
Well, it's just a brilliant experience. You get to interact with so many of the patients, and you get to see people who go to work all over the world, people who've done all kinds of stuff, and also you work really closely with all the hospital staff, the nurses in particular, and you'll work together in a team in order to help the patients, and it's just a brilliant experience.
I was extremely pleased to hear that we've been nominated for the award. It's such an honour, and it's so good to hear that we're being recognised for our work in the hospital.
See, I find it's very rewarding to be able to help people, working alongside with the healthcare team. Every little help, makes I think it makes a really huge difference to the patients and visitors and experience in the hospitals. So I think, yeah, and the big smile that they put on their face at the end, after you help them, it's just amazing, very satisfactory.
Voluntary Service Award.
Congratulations to the Youth Volunteer Ambassadors, who are the worthy winners. Now, they won this award for their outstanding contributions and commitment to NHS Lothian. They regularly volunteer on wards, helping patients with activities and providing company and supporting staff. They also help to develop the Youth Volunteer programme to make it even better for future members. They are fantastic, positive role models, and well done to them all. We move on to our next awards, which is for Leadership Excellence. It's for an individual or team who demonstrates exceptional leadership skills, sharing their knowledge and expertise with students, junior team members, or colleagues. It's for someone who really understands the importance of reassuring and supporting staff, who takes responsibility for imparting knowledge and sharing advice, and also who encompasses NHS Lothian's core values to act as a positive role model. The finalists in this category are
Leadership Excellence. Alison Milne, Astley Ainsley Hospital. Gurab Chowdhury, Consultant, Royal Infirmary of Edinburgh. Lindsay Guthrie and Dr. Donald Inverarity, Infection Control. Leadership Excellence.
And the winner is Lindsay Guthrie and Dr. Donald Inverarity. Congratulations. Congratulations to you both. They won this award for the incredible leadership they provided throughout 2019 and early 2020, dealing with significant infection issues. Lindsay and Donald were praised for becoming the go-to people for advice and for their individual and collective knowledge and professionalism. Very well done to you both. Our next award is the Team of the Year to celebrate excellent team performance. Let's meet our finalists.
Team of the Year. Detect Cancer Early Team, Astley Ainsley Hospital.
When we were nominated for the award, it was fantastic. The team were absolutely delighted. It's just so lovely to be given some sort of recognition for all the efforts that everyone in the team has made, you know, from the bottom up. But everyone's been absolutely delighted to hear about this.
So the Detect Cancer Early team really is there to facilitate and support everybody within health and workplaces anywhere to understand the importance of early detection of cancer. So what we don't want is people coming late with symptoms, being frightened of going to the doctor for the symptoms, and then the cancer is diagnosed much later, because obviously the outcomes are poorer, the treatment would be worse. So really it's about engaging with as many people as possible to put that message out there to say that we can do things, but we need to try and get them as early as possible.
I think it's the difference that you feel that you really make to people. I think we were saying earlier that everybody knows someone that has been affected by cancer. So for me, being able to help other families and help people detect cancer early and have better outcomes, hopefully as a result of detecting it early, is really huge. You know, that's great.
So the team is lovely, like caring about each other and looks like a family.
For a team and leading a team, that's just fantastic.
RVB Orthopaedic Rehabilitation Team, Western General Hospital.
This team were brought together specifically to see patients who had orthopaedic problems, who'd fallen, broken their hips, and I nominated them. They're very modest and they are really upset that I've nominated them, but they did an amazing job.
The Scottish Government gave us funding for enhanced staffing for physio and OT on Ward 73, and we used that to kind of work differently on the ward, and the results from that were really good. So we reduced the length of stay of the patients by an average of 6 days. And we managed to discharge more patients back to their original place of residence within 30 days, which is one of the Scottish hip fracture standards.
They're very easygoing, very laid back, but they're incredibly passionate about this patient group, patients who've had orthopaedic problems. They work incredibly hard, they're conscientious, they just want the best for their patients.
The change from the OT's perspective was that you're right in saying physio
assess patients basically as soon as they come in to the ward, but we would get involved normally when they're much more able to sort of be, say, assistants of one, so they would be able to already mobilise quite well and do things for themselves. And in this project, I think our aim was to just get involved a bit earlier. So we said when they're still assistants of two, so they needed a bit more help from a mobility point of view, but at the same time we could sort of join work with the physiotherapy team.
They definitely deserve this recognition for the work they did, because they essentially demonstrated the value of physiotherapy and occupational therapy with this group. They managed to get the patients better much quicker and get them out of hospital much quicker.
Telecoms technical team, Lauriston Building. The telecoms team are a valuable asset to NHS Lothian and its ability to communicate. Their work behind the scenes on a daily basis helps keep staff and patients communicating, and they often go the extra mile to ensure clinicians, nurses and support staff are connected and able to communicate vital information instantly. Thanks for all your hard work and dedication. Team of the Year.
And the winner is the Detect Cancer Early team. The team won this award for their development and delivery of cervical screening clinics for NHS Lothian staff. The initiative aimed to make it easier for women to access screening and was hugely successful in engaging staff and supporting hundreds of women to book appointments. A very worthy winner. Congratulations to you all. We now move on to the Lynn Jackson Nurse of the Year Award, given in memory of Lynn Jackson, latterly Chief Nurse for Edinburgh Cancer Centre, who sadly passed away in 2014. This is open to nurses in the broadest sense and covers those at the start of their nursing career, such as nursing assistants, to those at the very top. The finalists in this category are
Lynn Jackson Nurse of the Year Award. Aileen Mallinson, Retired Cystic Fibrosis Specialist, Royal Hospital for Sick Children. Leah Thompson, Learning Disability Liaison Nurse, Astley Ainsley Hospital. Jean Bruce, Clinical Research Nurse Manager, Western General Hospital. Lynn Jackson Nurse of the Year Award.
Now, the winner of this award was nominated a number of times. Congratulations to Aileen Mallinson, who was a nurse with the Royal Hospital for Sick Children, but has now retired. Aileen won the award for her consistently high-quality nursing and was praised for her care, compassion, devotion and wonderful smile, which brightened up everyone's day. And I'm sure the team at the hospital miss you very much. Well done and congratulations. Now, our penultimate award is Caring Champion of the Year. In this category, judges were looking to find a member of staff who shows an exceptional level of care and compassion in his or her work, is committed to creating a welcoming and happy environment, and who displays a selfless way of working to put others' needs before their own. So, who are the finalists that fit the bill?
Caring Champion of the Year. Helen Johnston, Team Lead Physiotherapist, Western General Hospital. Janina Shemaitis, Charge Nurse, Older People's Rehabilitation and Assessment Unit, Leith Community Treatment Centre. Linda Henderson, Clinical Support Worker, Ward 58, Western General Hospital. Caring Champion of the Year.
And the winner is Linda Henderson. Linda was also nominated numerous times by many of her fellow colleagues. Among some of the reasons she won this award is because of her sincere support and understanding, passion, hard work, reliability and commitment. She's incredible. She's described as an invaluable work colleague and friend who patients adore. Congratulations, Linda. Well deserved. Now, sadly, on to our final award this evening, the Health Hero Award. This award is even more special because it is nominated by patients or their families and friends. It is their opportunity to recognise anyone they feel has made a real difference to them or a loved one and should be acknowledged for going the extra mile. So let's take a look at the 3 finalists now.
Health Hero. Elizabeth Horn, Senior Charge Nurse, Ward 3, St John's Hospital.
So Liz, to me, is a very caring person, very loving and very warm. She's always there to listen to you and care for your needs, as well as obviously the patients. She's just really an inspiration, and she's such a people person.
Fantastic. I didn't know it was coming. The lady, she emailed me to say, this is what I'm sending in. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that. She just wrote how caring and compassionate and how warm and approach, all the really lovely things, all the nice things that you want to hear when you're a nurse.
You know, she's made not only the patient, you have a massive influence on the patient's care, you know, at a vulnerable time, which is always good, but she's obviously as well helped the relative stress, and they're at a vulnerable time as well because their loved one's in hospital. Liz has obviously listened, understood, and you know, made the care as individualised as possible, which is really good to do.
What we try and do is include the relatives in the care, because without the relatives, you need the whole thing. You need the holistic approach to care, don't you? You need the relative to know what's happening, and for the staff to be able to say, this is what we're thinking, what are you thinking, how are we going to do this? And for it to be a whole team approach. And I think that's how she felt we did.
Play Team, Royal Hospital for Children and Young People.
My nomination was for Margaret McEwen and the Play Team because of the incredible work that they do. And when you say Play Team, I think the word does not describe what they do. They are there at every moment before the child is even admitted. They are there supporting the family, telling them what the process is, what they're going to be going through, talking to the children in the child's words so they can understand the process. I've seen that Play Team members coming in on their days off to celebrate a child's end of journey, ringing the bell for their treatment. And it's just, they just go above and beyond what is expected of anyone in their jobs.
To find out about the nomination, I read it in an email from Margaret, my play coordinator, and I was really excited because it's such an honour to be put forward for any prize. I haven't never been before.
We all do completely different jobs in the hospital. All the wards are different. For myself, I work in surgical admission, so I have children that just come in for day cases. So it's just really making them feel comfortable about being here, and it's making their time a little bit easier for them, giving them a way to cope with it. We prepare them for what they're going to go through, we talk them through it, we show them pictures, we try and make it a bit more fun for them before they have to go for their operation. And we're also there when they come back to help them recover quickly and try and get them home. And it's a lovely feeling knowing that you've made a difference to that child.
It's the best job in the world. You get such job satisfaction, and you're getting parents bringing their most treasured possession into hospital, so we can be there to support them throughout their hospital stay. It's really good. We're providing basic play, we're normalising a very abnormal environment for the children, which is so important.
I really hope they win this award, obviously, but and they really do deserve it. They're amazing.
Ward 105, Vascular Surgery, Royal Infirmary of Edinburgh.
We're a vascular ward. We're 36 beds. We've got 4 level 1 beds, which means that it's enhanced care. So patients come back from either crick care or from theatre with an extra line in order to manage their BP.
A lot of our patients are in and out of hospital all the time. They've had health problems for a lot of years. Their lives are really quite affected by the conditions that they have. So they tend to spend a lot of time here, so you get to know them really well. And I think being part of their, not necessarily the recovery, because a lot of people here never get 100% better, but being part of something to make their life just a little bit easier or a little bit more pain-free, or to give them something to look forward to when they get home, makes a big difference.
This ward is so, obviously the NHS is very patient-centred, but I think that this ward especially is something that I really enjoyed when I was here as a student, and it's followed through. We love to know about their families, we have such good communication with them, hearing their stories. So to hear that it's an award and to do with the patients is great. Like, it's fab.
You've given me the opportunity to say how great I think the ward is and how amazing and hard working that the team in 105 are, and I think that this really does give us the boost. That it's just nice to be nominated and be recognised that good care is everywhere, and it's about the small things, and it doesn't really matter about the big things. It's about the small individual things we do every day.
Health Hero.
And the winner is Ward 105 Vascular Surgery. Congratulations. Now, this award is even more touching as the nomination for the team was made by a person who sadly is no longer with us. Tom Watterson, who was NHS Lothian's employee director, was also a patient in Ward 105, and he nominated them after being admitted following an operation in November 2019. Very sadly, Tom passed away suddenly last month after a brief illness. In the few weeks which Tom spent on Ward 105, he was impressed with the dedication and professionalism shown by staff, saying that they exemplified all we have come to expect and love about our NHS. Tom credits the team for encouraging him to get back to being independent, which was crucial in putting him on the road to recovery. He said it was their support, humour and, at times, bluntness which got him back to work less than 3 months after surgery. He said that all the staff were fantastic and that he couldn't thank them enough. And I'm sure that this will mean an awful lot to all of the team at Ward 105, and that they, like others across NHS Lothian and beyond, will remember Tom fondly. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the presentation of the Celebrating Success Awards 2020 has come to an end. You can find out more about all of the winners and finalists on the NHS Lothian website, and also keep an eye out for our winners' reactions on NHS Lothian's social media channels in the coming days. I'm sure you'll agree that all NHS Lothian can take pride in our finalists and winners tonight, and indeed all staff who put their heart and soul into their jobs. Award winners and finalists, and indeed everyone who received a nomination from their colleagues and from the people of Lothian. Finally, there are lots of people to thank for their part in arranging this year's awards. I would like to take the opportunity to say a very special thank you again to singer and songwriter Marina Rolink, who wrote the song for our commemorative film, especially for the staff of NHS Lothian, and will be singing us out this evening, so please stay tuned. Thanks also goes to the Human Resources Department and Communications Department, who have worked tirelessly over the last few months to bring this evening together. To Medical Photography for giving up their time to capture all of the shortlisted staff. To Baby Grand Productions for creating the videos seen tonight and producing this virtual ceremony. Last but not least, thanks to all of you for viewing and continuing to support Celebrating Success. Thank you for your company tonight. Stay safe, and we'll see you next year.
see you like once a year. Say it's good to see you here. I promise my way on in and I promise my way out. You say you're not that good at love, but here I'm flying up above, and I'm falling from heights that I've not seen before. And I could read about it in the newspaper, but I would rather learn this kind of stuff from her. 'Cause I am golden when I am with you, but I am silver at its most when we're apart. And you sent me a birthday card, and I tell you it hit me hard. I did not see that when is it can come in. You say you're not that good at love, but I keep on looking up above, hoping somebody will assign a sign to me. And I could read about it in the newspaper, but I would rather learn this kind of stuff from her. 'Cause I am golden when I'm with you, but I am silver at its most when we're apart. And look how much you've grown, and all the things you've shown, and all the things you've known. And look how much you've grown, and all the things you've known, and all the things you've shown. Oh, look how much you've grown. 'Cause I am golden when I am with you, but I am silver at its most when I am golden. When I am with you, but I am silver at its most when I am golden. When I am with you, but I am silver at its most when we're apart.